Hello, this is Bonsai Anonymous. I'm shaking here, but I'm holding my camera because I want to turn it around and let you see what it is I'm going to be playing this morning. Okay, I hope you can see it anyway, but here it is. And of course, I'm probably off frame with that and so forth. So I'm going to explain it a little bit. Not too long because it doesn't really need that much. Hal had a couple of real important things that he liked to cover that some people disparage, I'm finding. One is lip buzzing. He had a different way of doing the lip buzzes, which I will show you here in a minute. Different from the way I learned them when I was younger. And then he uses the mouthpiece to buzz pitches. Okay? And then the last thing in the first set is pedals, and double pedals actually too. A couple of things that, I don't know, I'm out of the business, but it seems to me like they were falling out of favor around the time that I stopped. I don't know why. And then after that, I'll probably take a break and we'll do the rest of it. One part of it is called brush tonguing. I'll explain that when we get there. Short setting is something that kind of flies in the face of the 6 notes in the Caruso system, sort of, but not really, as you'll see. And I've got 3 pages of these somewhere. I don't know where the 3rd page is at the moment. So anyway, here we go. I'm going to turn this way. Do I want to do that? No, not really. I don't think that's going to work very well. Okay. You're gonna get to see. Of course, I'm just using my iPhone propped on my music stand. Okay, so first of all, our lip buzzes. And the way I learned how to do them is kind of to pack your lips together. Sort of like that. And that never really, I mean, I did it. That never made much sense to me because I don't know that it is the way the lips actually work in the mouthpiece. And to this point in my life, I'm still not sure how they work. Okay. So this next part is lip buzzing using Hal's idea, and that is, I'll read exactly what he said. Make an S sound with your tongue, and put the lips in front of it. That's all. You can see it doesn't sound anything like the mouthpiece, the lip buzzes. It's not like that at all. It's more like kind of a flopping of the lips. And so you do this, and then you just put the lips together in front of it. And it's well below the range of the trumpet. Okay, and so I have to try to figure things out, and it seems to me that more what is happening here is not so much preparing to play trumpet notes, but just preparing the lips to do anything, getting them to move. And so okay, and you can hear pitches, there's no question, they're just low. And what he says here is the actual pitch doesn't matter very much, but you could use triads to try to go up and down using this kind of lip buzzing. Okay, and I'm not sure I can do it right now. It's been years since I played, as I've said, and I'm trying to use some of these tools that I used during my teaching career with lots of students and see what happens if they are used with someone who is old and hasn't played for 7 years or 8 years to any degree. I mean, right up to that last point, I was playing somewhat regularly, and my career had tapered considerably since has tapered considerably since COVID, actually to 0, which is fine. There's plenty of other people that can do that. So anyway, enough crying in my beer. Let's try some of these triads. So first of all, I'm going to just get whatever note comes out with my and then pick that as a note and use it as the basis for a triad. Okay, that's the note. And already I can tell I'm having trouble holding the note steady, which is another reason to do this. Try to get your breath moving in a smooth, steady way. Okay, so I can hear ba as the note. I'm going to try to use that note and make some triads up and down a scale and see what happens. I'll go down first. And I don't know that Hal ever said that, but it seems to me that relaxing is, for me, is a better way to start. You can still hear, I can hear the pitches anyway. I don't know that Hal ever said it, but it occurs to me that if you do that, and then push on here, what you end up having is, looks kind of like the I don't know what they call it now, the anti-pucker, this kind of thing, where you kind of roll your lips out. That's a little bit like this. I don't know how low I can go. That's a good line, isn't it? I think one of the, I got to take some of the medicine, sorry. I think this whole thing with Hal and also the Caruso method, these two guys worked, at least at the beginning, together on it. I think the whole deal, from what I'm hearing from my teacher, was that you don't ask any questions. You don't ask why you're doing any of it, because it doesn't matter why you're doing it at the moment, because the result is going to be later. It's going to be later. And it's up to us that are trying this to see if we can understand why it works. And I'm prepared at this moment to say that just about anything works if you keep doing it. Just about anything. Because if you look on YouTube, you find probably thousands of trumpet players showing you how they did it, and some similarities, but some differences. So I think you have to use whatever you have and get to wherever you can get. Now, one thing I noticed, I'm always noticing things, and one thing I noticed when I was doing this is that the place where the air seems to come out when I'm buzzing varies a little bit. And I think that over time, and maybe just saying this means it will happen, but I think over time that airstream is going to settle down into one spot as I keep doing it. Because I can make it go to different spots. I have to decide whether I want to find the most comfortable one or the one that produces the best whatever, buzz or whatever. And I'm sure it's going to be the latter, because trumpet playing is not comfortable. Did you hear that? It's not comfortable. It's not a comfortable thing to do. For me, what's comfortable is working with my plants and talking to this. It's there. It's just hard to see a little bit. Where are you, Ducky? Not you, Ducky. Where are you? Oh, there you are. Yeah. Ducky's going to get to be in all these. She's my friend. And she's a critic too, but she doesn't speak English, so I just interpret it to being compliments, all of it, you know. Okay, so anyway, after doing this down, which I did, and now I've rested, then the next thing to do is go up. And I never did try to go, that's not true, I want to say I never did try to go as high as I could, but of course I always try to go as high as I can. And fortunately for the world of music, that's not very high. So let's try the lip buzzing triads and going up a scale and see how that works. A little trouble keeping it going, that's all right. And a little trouble getting it going. Now, I did observe that at no point doing it this way do you ever get to where you're doing it the other way. In other words, if I was able to get high, wow, good line. If I was able to go higher up in range doing this, if I was doing it correctly, as high as I could go, still would not sound like that old time of buzzing. Can you see? This is just, I mean, it looks sufficient. It doesn't work very well. This is pulling everything to the side. And this appears to be doing this. Watch again. Yeah, they're not that different, but I think they are a little bit different. Certainly the sound is different, and the effect is different. So we'll go a little bit higher. I'm not going to subject you to me going as high as I can doing this, but I can go a little bit. And if I want to speed it up, and that's just telling you that's not a great idea. Not speeding any of this stuff up doesn't really work, but sometimes I put the upper octave on too, like this. Well, got to get the lower octave first. And sooner or later it kind of gets that quality, which is a little more blatant, but still not the wrong kind. Okay, so I'm spitting all over myself, which is okay. That means I've got moisture happening. And this other kind of buzz, this which sometimes I do a siren with, seems to get all this going better than this tightening. So really it's rather than doing this, what I'm doing is kind of. All right. Next is mouthpiece buzzing. And what he suggests is that you use some sort of device, like a burp, but I'm not going to do that. Just use my old mouthpiece here. Okay, so what does he want you to do? What does he want me to do, Ducky? Oh. She's hiding, as most people would. All right, so what I've got is a series of lip buzzes solely, and he wants you to get the note. So I'm going to see if I can guess what it is. Ba. Well, maybe I can, maybe I can't. What is happening here? Oh, I know what's happening. I got the mute in. All right, good enough. All right, so here we go. Now, I would prefer that it didn't start with a shake like that, but I'm not sure that's possible for me at this point. Okay. Everything's tingly. Right now we're going to do the next one with all the valve combinations. That's not true. I already did that. Okay, so now we're going to do one that has a little more in it and go down through the 7 valve combinations for this too, hopefully, and I'll have to count because I don't have perfect pitch. That's not really locking in very well. And I just remembered something. The sirening between the notes, which is kind of like a loud gliss, seems to help me maintain the buzz. And early on, the buzz wants to go away, at least in my hands. Excuse me. I have a lot of trouble with the low one. It's okay. And as usual, playing a little softer helps. This might be the last one. It's going to be anyway. Now, at some future point, I might be able to play those louder, the low ones. But right now, all it does is just blow the lips apart. They're not suited for it. Okay, we're going to stop here for this one and move on and make another one with the next one.